Hey, it's another beautiful day, and we are here to give you another episode of Jib Jab Talk. I'm one of your hosts, KT.
This is Micah.
How are you guys doing today? So we decided to do an episode on comedians, some of our favorites, some that make us laugh, maybe even ones that we don't like so much. But listen up, because here it goes. Mike, you got a little list you want to start popping off with?
All right. So my top for my list is first of all, it would have to be Dave Chappelle is one of my favorite comedians.
We already knew that was coming. He's everybody's.
I mean, just the fact that his stuff is always funny, and he's always hilarious, and it makes me laugh, and I like him.
Dave Chappelle, he's just relevant. It's not necessarily about a hard-hitting joke one after another for him. Mm-hmm. It's more about the bring around of the storytelling that he does. The man can tell a good story that packs a punch, makes you think, but also makes you laugh at the same time. So.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Also, I just think that sometimes it's not just the fact that he tells a joke. I think sometimes it's just the fact of the way he says something that gets the point across.
Exactly.
So I really enjoy that. Another one that I like, and this is some people don't like him, I love him, is Bill Burr. I don't know if a lot of people know him, but everything he's done is hilarious. I think he's funny. The way he says things, he looks like one of the most comfortable comedians that I have ever seen on stage. Like, he doesn't really care. He just keeps going. Even if a joke seems like it's bombing, he just keeps on telling the joke. And he's like, whatever. Maybe I'm the idiot. I don't know. But
Bill Burr tells truth. That's what it is. He definitely
it sometimes.
He what?
And it can sting sometimes.
Yeah, it's truth. Not everybody wants to hear the truth. But if you're in tune with the truth and you don't mind hearing it and don't mind getting that punch in the face from being told what's real, Bill Burr's the one for you.
Yeah.
So, I too like some Bill Burr. And I think like all of his comedy, all of his specials are actually on Netflix right now. So, I think there's about 5 or 6 of them. You can run through that. But it's good stuff.
He's good. I would say someone, like maybe a first comedian that I like, that I probably first heard when I was young, and that would probably be Sinbad. I mean, Dad used to make us watch those Sinbad specials.
I don't think he made us. He may have made us watch the first one, but after that, it was us wanting to watch it. Sinbad's a good comedian. He's got clean humor also, which I can enjoy.
I like that a lot. I do like it. Let's see. I think when we were driving from Indiana like a couple of weeks ago, we were listening to some of Sinbad stuff, and it was funny. I enjoyed it. I thought it was. I mean, some comedians, people think that you have to be dirty or you have to be, like provocative to get a joke to be a comedian. But I mean, sometimes just simple stuff is what makes me laugh. And especially you have a good punchline, I loved it.
Yeah, so true. Speaking of clean comedians as well, Jim Gaffigan.
Oh, Jim Gaffigan's hilarious.
That guy gets you every time, and I keep kicking myself because he was here, I want to say it was like around Christmas time last year in 2019. And I totally planned on getting some tickets, and well, let's be honest, the man blew up, and the tickets for good seats were just out of my range, so it wasn't about to happen that day. So, but now I'm kicking myself because I wish I would have saw him, but it turns out, now I may never see him again. You don't know, but he keeps on knocking them out and having those his specials on Amazon Prime, and they're good. Yeah. They're good every time. I love it.
They're hilarious. I can't get enough of them. I listen to them all the time, and I mean, I either listen like on Spotify, but on Pandora. Mm-hmm. I've watched quite a few of his specials on Amazon. I've watched some of them on Netflix, and sometimes I just rewatch them. I mean, even if I know what the joke is, I still find them hilarious. and funny, and it feels good to go along with the, like, hear the joke and know where the joke is still coming and still find it funny.
Oh yeah, I play him on, like, I'll put him on the TV and let his skits play on the background, like when I'm doing puzzles and stuff. Because usually I want some type of background something, but I'm actually listening. And yeah, I put on a lot of comedic sketches, and his are some that I listen to the most. But not only him, what is it? Gabriel Iglesias. Now he's knee slapping funny as well.
I love him too. He's great.
He's been around for a long time, and he's another one who's a clean comedian. You can listen to anywhere, anytime, in front of kids, and it's good stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to be like, oh, do I have to turn it down at this point? It's just, you can listen to it. I will admit, so here's something that I've always had not a problem with, but like I've always been amazed by. It's like you see some of these comedians. I don't know if you remember, there was a show. I don't know if they still do it. I don't think I haven't heard of it in a while. It used to be Last Comic Standing.
Yeah.
And when that came out, I would see so many comedians on there. I'm like, I thought you were already famous. Why are you on here?
Yeah,
but like,
I thought the same thing.
It's like you just don't see those people. Like, I guess to us they were famous. Or like they were well known. But like I think another one, like Steve Burns was on there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was hilarious. Thought he was like the biggest thing ever. But he was on there as if like no one knew who he was. And I was like, what is going on here?
I know, isn't that totally weird though? I don't know. I guess you got to hit a certain pay scale before people actually acknowledge you and think you're famous. I mean, a couple of them too, like, even, like you said, Steve Burr, which is hilarious, and we've seen him, at least twice?
Yeah.
And on stage. Always funny. Can't get over him. Still funny. Follow him on Facebook. Like him, Gabriel Iglesias, even Jim Gaffigan at the time, maybe a couple years back, and they've all had television shows. And it was like people who are hilarious, you know what I'm saying? But it seems like some of the shows kind of bomb, though, as well. Which I just thought was weird, because even when I watched the shows, though, like it was like a new pilot, you know what I'm saying? A new show. I didn't think it was like the funniest thing I ever saw, but it was good to watch, and I didn't mind it. But I guess it wasn't for everybody. It wasn't getting in the ratings that everybody wanted.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you just see a lot of people, they get a show, and I guess people just don't know who they are, or they don't attach to it well, and it's kind of like, I mean, not everyone's going to catch on like Seinfeld. I mean, he had been a comedian, but he got his own show, and when he got the show, he was still kind of not in the beginning, but he was like midway through. He had been a stand-up comedian for a while.
Yeah,
so I guess people knew who he was.
Seinfeld's older than people think he is. That man is like 70, but he looks good. And I do love watching comedians in cars getting coffee. And I hope there's another season coming soon.
And what's his name? Ray Romano. He had his own show, and I've never seen his stand-up. That's the thing. Like, I've only seen Everyone Loves Raymond, but I've never seen his stand-up, so I have to check it out. But
I never saw his stand-up, and I could not stand the show. The show was not funny to me at all. I couldn't deal with it. And contrary to a lot of people, the show to me was just nothing. It bombed. The humor in it was just not hilarious, and I can never watch it. I still try even now when I see reruns. I try to watch it, and I cannot make it through an episode. It's just not funny to me.
It's just one of those shows that if I'm doing something, I'll have it playing, but it's like I'm not paying attention to it. It's not like it grabs my attention. It's not like Seinfeld or I don't know if I would say the George Lopez show, because that only comes on at 3 o'clock in the morning.
True. At Nick at Night now too. So it was good while it lasted.
A lot of these shows that that come on Nick at Night, not trying to change the subject, but I mean most of them are like comedians. A lot of these shows I've never seen or heard of until I saw them on Nick at Night. I guess I worked so much during the 2000s that I didn't get a chance. Like, I didn't get to watch King of Queens that much.
Now, King of Queens I can watch anytime. That junk is funny.
I mean, yeah, it's funny, but, like, I don't remember that ever being on TV. But then, again, I wasn't really at home, like, prime time, as they would say.
Yeah.
Like, I was usually working, or I was out doing something, so Now I'm like, oh, I've never seen this episode before.
Now I'm home just watching TV. Just watching
Now
stuff.
I'm just on watching stuff, and I'm like, oh. Yeah, but I mean, go back to comedians. I mean, I think so the past maybe.
Can I just stop you for a second though? Can we talk about some female comedians though?
Yes, we can.
Right, okay. Let me throw out some real quick. Sarah Silverman. Okay? I'm sorry. That woman cracks me up every time, and I can't help it. Sarah Silverman cracks me up. I'll just go through a couple of them. What are your takes? Because we only got about 4 minutes left.
I don't know. I like female comedians. It's just there's so few that I find funny, and it's not because I don't.
But who do you find funny?
Well, okay, Wanda Sykes I find funny.
Okay, good.
Ellen DeGeneres, that one that she did like in the mid '90s, that was a funny. Yeah, I find her funny.
Yeah.
Kathy McGee something. I can't remember. She's funny. Oh man, I'm trying to think of some other ones.
I could always go, like I said, Wanda Sykes, one of the top on my list. Getting into Ali Wong, she cracked me up a little bit. Some of her stuff is a little vulgar. Some stuff, it was just like, it's too much. But the premise of most of her jokes, though, were hilarious to me. Also, who was it? That Oscar stand? Jenny Slate. I thought she was funny. She cracked me up.
She was on Seinfeld? I mean, she was on Saturday Night Live?
I do not remember. I've just seen her stand up. I know she's on Netflix, and I thought she was hilarious. It cracked me up. It's more like talking about the family stuff, growing up family, and cracks me up. One that Amy Schumer, I didn't really enjoy that much, to be honest with you. Not really my cup of tea.
Schumer funny at all.
Yeah. One that I've gotten into, and I've seen like 2 or 3. What's her name? Eliza Schlesinger. I think she's on Netflix too. I've seen like 2 or 3 of her stand-ups, and if you haven't seen her, she's funny.
I'll have to check them out.
Her first stand-up was pure hilarity. By the third one, her doing that creepy voice, and you'll know what I'm talking about. By the third stand-up show, her doing that creepy voice, it starts to get on your nerves because you're like, I need you to move past that a little bit. But those are some of the female ones for me that I find funny.
Okay, because we got like a little bit, we got almost a minute. What's the best comedy show that you've been to?
Hands down, and this isn't going to be a shocker, but it was Dave Chappelle. Going to the comedy special, Dave Chappelle's was the best. One, price range was on point. I think we paid like 55 seats for tickets that were 13 rows up. And this was in St. Pete, Florida. What was that? Maybe 5-6 years ago, perhaps. 2, it was literally like watching him on TV. It was the interaction was there, the laughs, the storytelling, everything was there. It was the best experience. And if he comes back around this area again, or even if he's in Atlanta, because next time he's in Atlanta, I'm getting tickets there. I'm going to go.
Atlanta.
Exactly. That's one of his favorite cities.
He does like a week worth of shows.
I'm going to go get tickets, and I'm going to see him again.
I have to say, for me, Dave Chappelle was good.
But
it definitely took my breath away, like Bruce did.
Oh, Bruce. That time we saw Bruce, Mike almost died from an asthma attack. had to look over and check on him a couple times. So, you hear that wheezing now? It was 10 times worse.
He kept coming, and I couldn't catch my breath, and I was joking and laughing.
The hits were coming. You're right. That was a really good one. Can't complain.
I was afraid I might die that night.
So that's it for right now. Pretty much some comedians we love and laugh at. Love, laugh, live, right? I don't know. But either way, if you want to get us, you know where to reach us. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. You can also reach us at jibjabtalk@gmail.com. So everybody, thanks for listening again, and we appreciate it. Get your laugh on with those comedians, and keep listening to us.
All right, guys. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.